but you are always welcome to check in or say anything. So we're going to start our moon flow practice laying on the earth. If you have pillows, so yoga bolsters are great, or you can have a couple bed pillows that you turn lengthwise, and then bring your hips up against the bolster and then roll back, and then bring the soles of the feet together. You can put support under your thighs. And again, if you don't have a bolster or pillows, you can always fold up some blankets or even lay over yoga blocks. But we're talking about the fire element because we're in the dark moon in Aries, the waning moon in Aries, which is a fire energy, the energy of the equinox, the spring equinox. And then the sun is still sort of waxing towards solstice in Taurus, which is the energy of the new moon in a few days. So we're very much going to be tuning into that Taurus energy, which is about pleasure and steadiness and worth and value, and really taking our time and smelling the roses. And then the moon is in Aries, which is about passion and impulse and energy, but it's the dark moon. So as you settle into the support of the bolster, blankets, props, whatever you're using, start to feel into your breath. So allow the body to be decadent and comfortable and supported. That is the essence of this Taurus energy. And then start to feel into your breath. So the breath, when we allow the natural rhythm of the breath, mimics the lunar cycle, mimics the seasonal cycle. So the inhale is like the waxing moon. It's the spring energy, the energy filling up. And then the top of the inhale is like the full moon point. So the summer solstice, the full moon. And then the exhale is the waning moon. It's the fall, it's the release. And then the bottom of the exhale is where we are right now. It's the dark moon, and then it's also connected to the winter solstice. So it's like we have the bottom of the exhale with the inhale, right? So the energy of the season is in the mid-spring. So we're right in the midst of that inhalation on the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you're in the exhale anyway. But then the moon is in that bottom of the exhale. So feel into those parts specifically. Like allow yourself on the inhale to let the body expand, to feel the support of the earth, to kind of tune into your senses, and then allow that exhalation, and then just notice the energy at the bottom of the exhale. Notice that space of emptiness, and notice what happens there. There's a gentle engagement in the belly when we hold that exhale. And then as you inhale, everything expands and opens and blossoms. And then we allow the exhale. And then we feel into the pause at the base of the exhale. So that's the energetics of this weekend up until we move into Taurus, which the moon actually enters Taurus Sunday at 4:46 p.m. So the next couple of days, we are officially in the Aries dark moon. And then on Sunday afternoon, we start to move into that new moon energy. But for here and now, as we move into the practice, we allow that sort of slow burn of the dark moon Aries to clear out anything that keeps us from being very present, anything that keeps us from enjoying the sensuality and sweetness of the moment. Taurus is the senses. Taurus, again, is the mid-spring. Taurus is the fixed earth. Aries is the head. Aries is the fire. It's the activation point. So it's not very much an energy connected to the end of a cycle. Aries is more of the beginning. So when we have the Aries dark moon, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, but it can also be really powerful if we can harness it. So being mindful of this dark moon in Aries, not to be too impulsive or aggressive or reckless, and instead to sort of let that fire fuel that steady, sensual, sweet sort of pleasure that we want to sustain us through the rest of the spring. So take a couple more deep breaths here in your reclining bound angle pose. Feeling that inhale with decadence and presence, noticing how it allows the back body to settle closer to the earth. And then again, allow the exhale to move through you and feel the base of the exhale, how you can gently connect to your belly, to your core. Aries moon helping to burn away the distractions, the excess, helping us to fuel our steadiness, our sustainability. Last few breaths. And of course, always acknowledge your experience right now. I can talk about the energies of the cycle and the season, but each of us has our own rhythm. We have our own process. And so part of the moon practice is tuning into the moon and the earth and our relationship with the world and the galaxy. And another part of it is allowing that yin space to feel into your own body, your own breath, your own more receptive, lunar, intuitive rhythm. And that's way more important than what's happening outside. So no matter what, let this be a space to turn in, to feel, to sense, to breathe, to move. Go ahead and take another big, 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 big breath in. Fill that inhale, root through the back body. And this time, exhale out the mouth, completely release. At the bottom of the exhale, hold and see if you can squeeze your belly, squeeze your pelvic floor, hold that breath out. And then as you inhale, relax that, let everything widen and root and expand and fill. And then again, open mouth, exhale. As you get towards the bottom of the exhale, squeeze the low belly, squeeze the pelvis, squeeze the root, hold, hold, hold that exhale, squeeze as long as you can. When you can't hold anymore, then take another big, 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 rich, full breath. Hold, and then sigh. Slowly allow the knees to draw together. My sparkling water as you reach your arms up and overhead, or you can roll to one side. Let's come into child's pose. So as you're ready, if child's pose is not available to you, you can always be seated. You can lie on the belly. You can be on your back with knees to chest. Giving yourself just a neutral space to ground. So knees wide, hips to heels, forehead to earth. Soften the face, soften the jaw. Again, if you're on your back, you can hug the knees in and rock side to side. So the dark moon is absolutely that bottom of the exhale. This is the most yin lunar phase. But again, it's a little bit different when the moon is in Aries, and especially when we have so much light and life force all around us. And yet we want to honor that pause. We want to honor that ending, that emptying of the previous cycle. And so again, just let yourself in this shape feel into the inhale, expansion, and that bottom of the exhale, emptying. And then from child's pose, go ahead and roll yourself up to your heels. If you can sit on your heels, you can do that. Or again, if you're in any other position, you can come to a seat. I have my mask in my pocket still. 2021 things, right? Your mask and your yoga pants. Inhale, reach the arms up, lift. Exhale, pull that moon energy all the way down into the heart. Inhale, gather, reach for that dark moon wisdom. Exhale, gather it back down. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull down, hand to heart, hand to belly, bowing to your own wisdom. And we tone our lunar mantra, Om Chandraya Namaha. We bow to the moon. You can listen or chant along. Deep breath. Om Chandraya Namaha. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, take the left hand to the left, right arm up and overhead, or hand behind the head. Breathe into the side body. Inhale, bring it up, right hand down, left arm over ground through your hips. And always hold the head. And then inhale, reach up through center. Exhale, bend the elbows, roll the shoulders down the back. Place your hands on your thighs. We're gonna do a couple rounds of breath of fire. If you need to adjust your seat at any time, please do so. And if breath of fire is too much, then stay with that breath that we started with that nice inhale, and then really sort of engaging on the exhale. Otherwise, breath of fire, you focus at the solar plexus and you focus on a snapping of the exhale that allows the inhale to happen naturally. So it looks like this. So I'm expelling the air out of the nostrils so strongly, it's like I'm trying to blow out a candle with my nose. And then there's this pump in the stomach. So it's not hyperventilating, which is up here, it's down here. You can also try it by extending the tongue and sort of panting. But again, that's coming from low, not from up here. So this is a great detoxing breath. So again, you can stay with the breath we started with, or go ahead and take a big inhale and begin. So you can keep it going a little bit more. It doesn't have to be fast. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over, stretch. Inhale, bring it up, right hand over, left arm over, stretch. Inhale, bring it up, exhale, bend the elbows, open the chest, squeeze the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, hands to thighs. Again, adjust your seat if you need to. We're gonna do another round of breath of fire, or just stay with that original breathing awareness. Take a big breath in and begin. So that really connects us to that exhale, to that pumping, that pulsing. You can even squeeze your pelvic floor as you're doing that exhalation. Try to keep it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over, ground your hips, relax your head. Inhale it up, exhale, right hand down, up and over, stretch. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze the elbows. Roll the hands out. So we'll do one more thing here. Again, adjust your seat if you need to. So this is Kapalabhati, which is a little bit deeper. So you can stay with that original breath. Big inhale, holding the exhale at the bottom. Breath of fire, or basically we're going to inhale, fill up, and then you're going to exhale everything out. And while you hold the exhale, you're going to pump the stomach. So it's basically building on. So it looks kind of like this. So I'm holding the breath out, and as I'm holding the breath out, I'm pulling the stomach back. So again, you can do original breath, breath of fire, or we're going to do one round of Kapalabhati. Big breath in. Squeeze it out, hold it out, pump the stomach. And inhale, exhale, make your way forward. Whoo, kick it out, step it out. So breath builds up. So working with the Aries is fire. And so one of the ways we work with that during the waning moon is through those deep cleansing pranayams, because they're so purifying. Start to circle. So if you can't be on the knees, you're welcome to stay seated as you do these circles. And so letting go of the Kapalabhati, letting go of the breath of fire, but we still want to keep that awareness of that big inhale and that energy at the base of the exhale. Let the head and neck go. Soften the jaw, soften the face. These can be big circles, little circles. Notice the parts of you connected to the earth. Let the head and the neck go. Reverse the direction. Moving that fire energy through our physical body, allowing it to enliven our senses. So we really want to be awake for this time of year, for the beauty, for the blossoming, the lengthening days. It can go so fast. And as tomorrow Venus moves into Gemini, at least next week is the last week of the sun in Taurus before the sun shifts to Gemini, and things start to go so much faster in Gemini. And so we really want to enjoy this next week or so, this fullness of Taurus. Round into a cat shape, arch back, squeeze the belly in. And then if you're on all fours, lift the right leg up, bring your spine to neutral, exhale, knee to nose. So again, if you can't do this on all fours, you can come to stand and just draw the right knee in and out. So from standing, just inhale, squeeze right knee in, and then bring it down. Otherwise, doing it from all fours. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can do it from a down dog. If you need to come off your knees, but you have the upper body strength. A few more. Hold that knee in, knee to chest, wherever you are. Squeeze the belly, inhale. Exhale, place it down, switching sides. Left leg extends, inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Just find that pulse from tabletop, downward dog, or from standing. So feel that little pause at the base of the exhale. So you inhale, you get that length. Exhale, round in. Can you have that little tiny pause at the bottom of the exhale? That's really where, when we do core work, that the bottom of the exhale is where the serious engagement happens in the deep core. 3 more. So again, we're in the dark and we're not doing any kind of crazy core, but we want to have that awareness. Hold, squeeze, and then place it down, push it back, child's pose, down dog, or if you're standing, just do a forward fold. Rock it out. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Hold that exhale. And then slowly roll yourself out onto your belly. Come into Sphinx, elbows under shoulders, spread the fingers. So stretching the abdominals, stretching those muscles that we are using in our breathing. You can rock your hips here, press the tops of the feet down, open your chest, shake out your head. We're on the forearms. Breathe into the kidneys, breathe into the back of the heart. Take a big inhale, lion's breath, stick out the tongue. Clearing the root of the heart again, inhale. Last time. Release, slide your thumbs under the shoulders, push back, child's pose or down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, everyone into ragdoll. Fold over the legs. Soften your knees. Let it go. Just let everything go. Shake out the head. Aries rules the head. Empty out the head. You can rock your hips out. Relax your belly. And then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Unfurl like the spring flowers. Heel toe the feet into hip width distance. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Right hand to left wrist, side bend. Ground your left heel. Soften your elbows. Inhale, bring it up. Pull to the other side. Ground that right heel. Inhale up, squeeze the elbows down. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, forward fold, soften the knees. Inhale, halfway, draw that belly in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it all the way up, reach up, exhale, hands to heart. Lift up through your heart, inhale, exhale, sit back into chair, so weight into the heels. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the heart. Exhale, sit back in a chair. Now you can keep the hands at the heart, or as you inhale, sweep the arms up, exhale, press back, lift the heart. So there's still that quality of sinking into the hips, drawing the belly in, opening the heart. So building a little bit of power for our Aries energy, but staying very grounded and strong in the legs. So again, feel that inhale, heart opens, we root back. Exhale, belly in, heart lifts. And again, you only have to bend the knees a little bit. Doesn't have to be a big chair, or I guess a low chair, more specific. But just feel a little bit of power. Good, last two. We're gonna pause in that chair pose, okay? And the hands can be at the heart, or reach it up, pull the belly in. So think about that breath. Inhale, lift up into your heart. Exhale, squeeze the belly in, sit back. Can we take two more breaths? Inhale, fill up into the heart. Exhale, squeeze the belly in. Last time, inhale into the heart. Exhale, squeeze belly in and fold. Whew. Shake out that head, let that fire disperse. Come back into the senses, back into the body, into the big muscles. Slowly roll it up, one vertebra at a time. Inhale, reach up, right hand to left wrist, pull up and over. Inhale, reach up, other side, up and over. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze those elbows down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, walk it back to a plank pose or a modified plank on the knees. Take a few breaths. Soften the jaw, draw the belly in. Just feel into that exhale, feel into the core. If the knees aren't down, lower the knees. Untuck your toes, lower the whole body to the earth. Pause on the earth, tops of the feet down, elbows in. Slow roll into cobra, hold. Shrug the shoulders, lift the chest, take a lion's breath, stretch out those abdominals. Inhale. Push back, child's pose or downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Exhale, step or hop your hands to feet, feet to hands, fold over the legs. Bend into the knees, hands to heart or to the sky. Feel into that power pose, that chair, draw the belly and lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, sink in a little bit more and then let it go. Keep the knees soft. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg back into a lunge. Lower the back knee. Right hand to the floor, left hand to left thigh or left arm to the sky. Low twist, open your heart. Squeeze in towards center. Come back. Inhale, reach up, Anjaneyasana, lift up. Stretch the belly. Exhale, bend those elbows down behind you. Inhale, exhale, twist that right arm towards the left knee. Pull the belly in, bend into that front knee, open your chest. Find that cleansing twist, squeeze your legs. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, unwind, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten the front leg, pull the toes back. Take a breath into the hamstrings. And then bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, look up, step up and bow. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend into the knees, hands to heart or hands to sky into your chair. Take a big inhale. Exhale, sink down, pull it in, and then fold. Keep the knees soft. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right leg way back, knee to the earth, low lunge. Left hand down, right hand up, dragonfly, twist. Inhale. Exhale, release. Hug through center as you stretch up for that Anjaneyasana. Bend the elbows, open the heart. Inhale, exhale, left arm towards right knee. Twist it out using the waist, but stay low, sink in. Feel into that inhale. Exhale, can you wring it out a little more? Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, hands come down, straighten front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe into the hamstring and calf. Bend into that front knee, walk the hands forward, step it up and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release, bend the knees, hands to heart or hands up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sink into that chair. This time, press through your feet. Inhale, reach all the way up, stretch up. Right hand to left wrist, pull up and over. Inhale up, grab the other hand, come up and over. Inhale up, exhale, squeeze those elbows. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soft knees, stepping to plank or modified plank. Couple breaths here, draw the belly, and you can always rest whenever you need to. This is about your practice. Inhale, exhale, slow, lower to the earth. Let the whole body settle, elbows in, curl into that cobra. As you're ready, next exhale, lion's breath. Push it back, child's pose or downward facing. Inhale. Exhale, step or hop, hands to feet, feet to hands, bow. Inhale, up halfway. Exhale, fold. Soft knees, step the right leg back, knee to the earth. Right hand down, rotate into that dragonfly. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, twist. Bring that right elbow forward. Now stay like this. Or exhale, let that right elbow hook the left knee. Hands to prayer, twist. Draw the belly in, lean back. Inhale fully. Big exhale, wring everything out. Unwind, hands to earth. Straighten that front leg, pause. Bend the front knee, walk the hands up, step up, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, second side, left leg back, knee down. Left hand stays down, right arm rotates, dragonfly. Exhale, release. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, left arm comes forward, right arm back into that twist. Now stay here or exhale, left elbow hooks, right knee, hands come to prayer. Draw the thumbs towards the chest. Last exhale. So on this exhale, really squeeze it out. And then let that unfold and bow, Ardha Hanuman. Let the hamstrings open. Bow towards the earth. Bend into the front knee. Walk your hands up, step up. Bring your feet all the way together. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, soft knees. Fold the belly towards the thighs. You can take your hands, hold behind the calves, push into the shins. Some of you can take peace fingers and hold the big toes. Just really try to bow in, open up the back body, pull that belly towards the thighs. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands, bend the knees, hands to heart. So you can just hold chair, okay? Or inhale, exhale, squeeze the knees again, twist that right elbow towards the left knee, tap it down or hook, lean into our twist, sit back, inhale, exhale, fully wring it out. And then slowly inhale to center. Can you use that exhale? Come right in the side too, or just hold your chair or release if you need to. Make sure you're squeezing the legs, squeezing the belly. Feel that exhale. Last big exhalation. And release. Whew. Let it go. You can heel toe the feet out. Turn the toes out, maybe lower into squat. If the knees don't like squat, you can stay in your forward fold or use a block under your hips. Breathe up and down the spine. Feel back into that architecture of the inhale, activating and expanding. And then that space right at the bottom of the exhale where you can squeeze the root, squeeze the belly. Feel the heat moving through the body. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, lion's breath. Place the hands, step back to downward dog or child's pose. Take a breath. Side out. Again, inhale. Exhale it out. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Step, walk, or hop, hands to feet, Uttanasana. And if you're not towards the top of the mat, go ahead and bring yourself there and then separate the feet about as wide as the mat. Soften your knees, lift your chest. Option to clasp the hands for the chest expansion. Stretch the arms up and overhead. Bend the knees, or again, if that's not appropriate, just let your arms continue to dangle. You can rock a little bit side to side here. Release the hands. Keep the right foot where it is. Step the left leg way back. Now we're coming into lizard. So if you can't be on your knees, lay on your back and do half happy baby with that right knee. If you can do lizard, you can put something under the back knee like a blanket, or if you want to up the fire element, grab a block or a book, slide that under the left knee. And that's going to bring us into our dragon. That's going to get the fire element going. And then the right foot can stay right at the edge of the mat or walk the toes off to the side. You can stay up on your hands. You can lower to forearms or use other props. Now point those back toes if you're in dragon. Squeeze the legs towards each other and connect to your breath. So for some of you, you can even start to open up that right side of the big toe side of the foot on the right leg, and even take the right hand to the thigh. You want to get a little twisting action, a little energy here. So in yin, this is a fire pose. So we're in a fire moon. So keep that breath flowing, but we're also opening up the legs and the big muscles, which in our chakra system is our earth energy. So soften into this however you can. Adjust if you need to. And again, if this gets to be too much, come on to the back in the half happy baby. Feel that big inhale connecting us to the potential of mid-spring. And the bottom of the exhale, helping to clear out this passing away lunar cycle. Waking up the new moon that will be rising on Tuesday, that Taurus new moon. Letting that slow burn help to purify and sustain. Reminding us of our passions, of our pleasure. Calming us down from the aggression and the anxiety that a too much Aries energy can bring. Few more breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale that lion's breath. Good. Now, if you were in dragon, you might want to move the block. And before we transition, if you would like to point the back toes and pull the heel in, then rotate that right arm, reach it back for a quad stretch and another twist. Again, in that fire element of the yin tradition. Take another inhale. Exhale, release. And now you can just slide the right leg back. You can move into hip circles, down dog, child's pose. If you're on your back, you can circle there instead. And if you're on your back and you know you're going to stay there for side two, you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, if you want, you can bring yourself back to that wide Uttanasana when you're ready and just shake it out. And then we'll come into side two. Sliding the right leg back, left leg up. And either some support under the back knee or something hard so that we get to fire up the psoas in there, flexor. So this is my tighter side, so I'm gonna keep my left foot down here. Just feel into the breath. You can always play, like I said, with rotation and kind of opening. Really allow that breath to move through you. Feel into the space, the temperature, the skin. Sound and smell and taste. That's our Taurus reminders to sort of stop and smell the roses, is connecting to the senses. And so Aries, again, is so impulsive and so potent and so focused on what it wants. And then Taurus is the slow and steady. Aries is the first sign of the astrological wheel. It's the spring equinox. And then that Taurus comes in to hold the spring. Allow that moment of just beauty and blossoming and richness, but it can go so fast because then we slide into Gemini. It becomes all about the social aspect. And for a lot of us last year, there was very minimal social. So this year we're really feeling that fear and desire for, again, moving out, moving on. And so our bodies store all of that, the excitement and the stress and the hope and the fear. And this time of year is high manifestation. And so again, we really notice what's coming up, what's happening or what's not. So allowing that presence, that pause of the dark moon. Deep, deep breath in. Lion's breath. If you've been in that dragon and you want to remove the block, you can. I just threw my block. And then if you want, you can point the back toes, bend the back leg, maybe reach back for the foot. Oof. Open the chest, soften the jaw. Inhale. Exhale, release. Oof. And again, push back to down dog, child's pose, circle it out, stay on the back and rock. So one of the things I like to do after that, if you've done child's pose, you can exhale into child's pose and then really reach your arms out and then roll forward to cat, bring your hips forward, almost like a kind of a hybrid between down dog, up dog and cobra, and then push back. We've done this a little bit, so you can listen to your body, but this usually feels really good on the hip flexors and the belly after that. You can try that, or just anything that feels good. Just give yourself this next moment just for some intuitive movement or deep rest. And then as you're ready, we'll bring it on to the bottom. And soles of the feet together. Bring the soles of the feet together, sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders down, lift the chest. Inhale. And then you can bow forward, or you can always do some more movement here. You can also walk your hands out or put support under your thighs. And down just a few breaths. You can flutter the legs a little bit. Butterflies. Starting to see more butterflies around right now. I love that about the mid-spring. I also saw my first yucca blooming. That's one of my favorite parts of like May and June in Southern California is the yuccas. Beautiful white flowers. They look like little like brides on the hillside. It's always a sign of this time of year. That's a good thing to notice wherever you live, you know, in your ecoregion. What are those signs of spring? You know, and again, paying attention to the moon. When does the moon come out? Venus will be out at night. Now moving forward, she's still pretty groggy from the underworld. But the new moon is on the 11th, and on the 12th, we have our first Venus moon conjunction of this new cycle. So Venus and the moon look like they're lined up. So that's exciting. Well, I think it's exciting. Take another big breath in. Exhale out. Good. Roll it up. Bend the knees, so feet about hip width distance apart. Arms, your hands come behind you, fingers slightly out or towards the body. You can just lift your chest here, or press through your hands and feet, lift up again, stretch out through your hips, your belly. You can tuck your chin or open your throat, reverse table. Inhale wherever you are. Exhale, bring it down. And then roll yourself down to the back. Pull the right knee in as you come down. Give it a nice little rock. And let's take a good twist. So left hand to right knee, right arm out to the side. Pull the right knee up and over to the left. Wiggle the hips a little bit more towards center. You can always catch the right knee with a pillow or block. Really good detoxing twist here. Soften the shoulders and the face. But of course, if this twist doesn't feel good, you can take any other twisting option on your back. Just letting the knees drop to one side. And come back to that full breath. Big, big inhale into the spring energy. And then feeling into the bottom of that exhale. And take another deep, deep breath in. Sigh it out. Draw that right knee back into the chest. Hold behind the thigh. Extend the right leg up. You can point and flex or wiggle through the foot or ankle. Stretch the calf and the hamstring. Inhale. And exhale, draw the knee in. Bend the left knee, place the foot down. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So again, you can just take a really mild hip opener here, keeping the left foot down, opening the right thigh. You can also hug the left knee in. Now, if you want a little more fire, last fire option, you can rock up and then stack the shins for fire log. So you can just stay on your back for these final couple of poses, or again, that little bit of fire for fire log. And sometimes it's nice to put a block or something between the right knee and the left foot. You can forward fold there. Soften the shoulders and the face. Soften your jaw. Just 3 more big breaths wherever you are. Your head soft. Feel the parts of you connecting to the earth. Inhale through the nose. Big exhale or another lion's breath. And so if you're in fire log, you'll kind of transition the same way. You'll sort of press into that left foot to shift back, roll it back, left knee in. And then place the left foot down, extend it out, hug the right knee in. And then inhale, reach up through your arms and your legs, take a big stretch. Exhale, squeeze the left knee in. Just make sure you're centered on your mat. So we're going to take the right hand to the left knee and pull up and over for the twist. Left shoulder down, maybe something underneath that left knee. Hips centered. Relax your jaw and your face. Soften your head. Again, big inhales and allow that entire exhale. Inhale. Exhale here. Gently unwind. Hug that left knee in. And then stretch the left leg up. Point, flex. Open up those big muscles. And then bend the left knee in, flex the foot, place the right foot down, cross the ankle over the thigh. So again, you can stay here with the right foot down and just breathe. You can hug the right knee in, or again, you might rock it up, stacking the shins. Make sure you're up on your sits bones. Relax your head and your shoulders and your jaw. Sort of our last active pose here today. So just allow yourself to soften, to sense, and to settle. Another deep breath. Side out or lion's breath. And again, if you've come up to Eye of the Needle, or I'm sorry, I've come up to Fire Log from Eye of the Needle, you can sort of transition back to Eye of the Needle. Slowly extend wherever you are. Hug the knees into the chest. Place the feet on the mat, hip width distance, arms down. Inhale, roll up, gentle bridge. Again, just stretching the belly, stretching the hips. and then roll it back down. You can pull both knees in. You can take a full happy baby or rock or circle. We're going to move into relaxation. So when you're ready, it might be nice to take the legs up the wall or up the bed or chair to just get that inversion to kind of help flush out anything from the practice. Or you can just lie on the earth. You can lie back over your props. Allowing yourself to be held. And even though we don't usually see the dark moon with the naked eye, she usually comes out pretty late in the day, we can sense her. And we can also feel the earth. Allow yourself to release everything. The dark moon is absolutely the end of the current lunar cycle. So it's the release. And so let the earth take anything you don't need. Let your body be held. The embrace of the mid-spring under the dark moon. Let everything else go. You can stay here and rest as long as you want. But if you need to move forward within the time frame of this practice, feel the back body connect to the earth. Feel the inhalation as it rises. And the gentle release of the exhale and that pull of the bottom of the exhale, inviting you to let go. That can be a meditation for these next few days. And the inhale, really embracing the spring, and then allowing that pause at the bottom of the exhale to support you in releasing what no longer serves. And I want to invite you to take time on Tuesday to honor this new moon. Simply standing on the earth, smelling flowers, the roses, and resetting some intentions around how you want to support and sustain the beauty and pleasure and magic in your life. But for now, you can start to wiggle and stretch, deepen your breath, roll to one side or start to rock. And if you would like, when you're ready, you can join me in a seated position. Inhale, sweeping the arms towards the dark moon. Exhale, pull the hands, one hand to heart, one hand to belly. And we close with 3 sounds of Om. The first Om, filling your cup. Second Om is a offering out to the world. And our third Om to our Mama Earth and Grandmother Moon. Inhale. Om. Inhale the hands to heart, rub your palms, feel that little heat between the hands. And then exhale, left hand out to the left, palm face up, right hand to the right, palm face down. We feel into our virtual moon circle, big, big inhale. Exhale, hands to earth, and we bow. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me tonight and for catching the new time. I know it's our first night of the later time. Thank you so much. Dark moon blessings, new moon blessings, and I hope to see you all soon.